Some go to heaven, some go to hello.
Oh, the corniness jumped out.
I've been wanting to tell you that one for a while. I've been keeping it in, putting it in my pocket.
Wow.
Don't judge me, girl. And don't judge your mama because I know her.
I would never. We are back at it again for another not so private conversation. It is not Martini Monday. It is Teeny Tuesdays. Teeny Tuesdays. Shout out to our LDBs who DM me saying, it's Martini Monday. Y'all be knowing what's up.
They know. I hope they make their martinis and join in.
I really hope y'all do.
Yeah.
It is Teeny Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we ran down the year's foolery, right? And I said 2020 just won't quit. And sure enough, I was right. Tropical Storm Beta is outside my window right now.
I think it's going to be outside of mine tomorrow, is what the news is saying. Either way, I don't want to see it.
I'm over this. I'm tired. And then Supreme Court Justice, the notorious RBG,
our girl,
passed away this past Friday.
You know what, Mia? Honestly, I'm gonna start calling you the Grim Reaper because literally every time I find out one of my faves have passed away is because you sent it in the Savage group chat. and the first thing I always think is, she lying. And then I Google it and I'm like, oh my God, why? Mia is the bearer of bad news.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but dang.
I'm gonna start blocking you.
Well, then. Okay, then. But you know, all of us, with the majority of the good sense God gave us still intact, I feel like we just let out a collective sigh of despair when we realized that she had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Her last wishes was that she would not be replaced until a new president was elected and installed. But of course, not my president, not your president, and Mitch No Neck McConnell are itching to call this whole new nominee for a vote.
Yeah.
To fill this seat. And I'm just, the disgust is real. Like, I am disgusted. I hate it. I personally hate election season in this country anyway. 2016 has me traumatized and I can't get over it. I just can't.
With Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I just like her name so long. Miss Ginsburg, RBG. There's so much that she has done for women. Her legacy will stand on its own forever. Yeah. It's a big loss for women. It really is.
Huge loss for women, for this country, for the progress that women have been able to make because of her.
The progress that women have been able to make because of her. Like, literally getting a job after you have a kid was what RBG was able to do for women. It sounds so simple because of, where we are today, but we have to remember that with these women's rights laws and policies, it affects so much. And I don't think as many people as who should knows, like, when women's rights are affected, what else is affected? It's always a domino effect.
Oh, yeah.
So, the last thing I just want to tell about this, I want to tell LDBs is, like, do your research.
Yeah.
There's more that comes into the abortion ban than you think. It's not just about abortion. Like, read the bill, do your research, and then you'll find out, like, oh my God, like, what I'm voting against can potentially actually hurt women in the long run. Do your research, man. It's not everything is just not on the surface. Everything is just not on the surface.
Oof. Yeah, that is so true. So our RIP to RBG.
Pouring out one for you right now.
Pour out a little bit of my martini. So moving on. I was excited to watch Antebellum because Janelle Monáe is my girl from way back.
I still haven't watched it. No spoilers. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, I got something in my throat. From way back, Janelle Monáe is my girl, and I believe that she is a fantastic actress.
Mm-hmm.
Howsoever, my friend.
No.
Sis. Yeah.
No, don't tell me too much. Just tell me a little bit.
I'm not going to analyze the movie like a professional critic, but there are some parts that you need to see as a Black person. Mm-hmm. But overall, if you are that curious to pay the $20 to see it, then go for it. But I personally, me myself, I would not recommend. I'm going to just leave it right there.
Did you already pay the $20? Because I'm just going to log into you, okay?
We watched it. Was that Friday night or Saturday night? We watched it, and I'm gonna just leave that right there. I love you dearly, Janelle Monáe. You are my girl.
No,
you are an amazing actress. I love there's not one single bad thing that you have done, but
this.
I'm gonna just leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there, and then we're gonna move on. I have 2 words for you. Lovecraft Country.
Still haven't started.
No. If you have not been watching LDVs, you need to watch. It's more than sci-fi. It's more than horror. It's more than romance. It's more than Black people. It's everything in one show.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I spoke to a customer today who actually talked to me about Lovecraft Country for so long. She loved it. One of the great things about this customer was her niece. She's not in Lovecraft Country, but her niece is the actress from the Players Club. She's been in other movies since. I just can't think of any at the moment. Like earlier, she and I were talking and I was able to just name movies right off top, but now I can't think of any. But she played the cousin who came stay.
Monica Calhoun?
Yes, Monica Calhoun was her niece.
Wow.
Yeah. We were talking about her. Yeah, she was telling me how she has a movie out on UMC. So I was like, oh yeah, I have UMC, so I'm gonna have to go check it out. But yeah, but Urban she talked to me about Lovecraft Country, and then she talked to me about how her niece loves Lovecraft Country as well. So I was like, now I definitely have to check it out. I got like an actress's approval.
Oh, every week it delivers great storytelling. When you start, it's gonna suck you in. I scream at least once an episode. I scream once an episode. What did I watch it? Watched it Sunday night. I screamed twice. Might have even screamed 3 times. Like, it was crazy. But I will say, this is a disclaimer: this show is not for everybody.
That's what I heard.
You got to be a certain kind of person to watch this show. It's not for everybody.
You say it's not for everybody, but everyone that I know who watches it loves it. So I haven't spoken to anyone who's watched it and been like, usually everyone so far has just been singing the praises. They do talk about how, and then it's crazy because those same people say exactly what you say. Well, it's not for everybody. And I'm like, well, obviously it is.
You got to be a certain kind of person, I guess. It is a good show, and I do recommend.
I'm gonna watch it. I have HBO Max for a month for free through AT&T right now. I keep canceling and starting over. Yeah, but I'm gonna watch it Friday because I get off a little early, and I'm gonna just go ahead and binge it through the weekend.
See, I don't know if this is a show that you can binge. It is I'm
gonna have to pause. I'm gonna have to take a breath in between.
You gonna have to take
like that.
Ooh, you gonna have.
You saw season 1 of Game of Thrones? Is it like bad like that? Season 1 of Game of Thrones bad?
This is so good. Like, I'd be thinking about this show for like 3 days after I watch it. 3 days straight after I watch it.
No, I mean like season 1 where it's just like, woo, like, oh, that was a hard scene to watch. Well, I can't watch the next episode
No,
until
no,
I
no, no,
pray
no, no.
about
It's
it.
not like
Oh,
that. It's
okay.
just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, okay. You
I
was worrying
could
me.
be being dramatic, but like you said, a lot of people that I talk to, they are like, have you seen this week's Lovecraft?
Right.
It's like that.
I feel like I'm missing out. So I'm not gonna do like I did with Game of Thrones and starting season 6. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start it this weekend so that we can talk about it next week.
Definitely do that.
All right.
Definitely. So I wanted to have this week's Not So Private conversation centering around body image issues and women's bodies, just because we know for years, our entire lives, our moms' lives, our grandma's lives, women's issues, women's body issues, and body image issues have been politicized and just such a a thing. It's a struggle for us. Body image issues alone are a struggle for men and women, but I really want to focus on what it is for women, because I'm not a man. This is what I know. Like, I'm a woman, so this is what I know. And it's like, you think about the comparison trap that women fall into, the ideal woman and all of her looks, the perfect size, thinking about like who and what we were when we were at our ideal weight versus now, us being hard on ourselves, family members being judgmental and sarcastic and nasty about weight gain or weight loss. And I just was like, as women, we have to deal with a lot. As Black women, we have to deal with so much. And geez, like, we have to really reframe and relearn how we think about our bodies, because it is a struggle. And sometimes it's a daily fight to retrain our minds to be more accepting of our bodies, of their functions, of what we have to go through. And it's not, a lot of times when we think about body positivity, we think, oh, because we've made bad decisions in the past or because we've done X, Y, and Z in the past. It's not even always about the bad decisions around food and exercise. Like, some women have, especially Black women, have underlying health issues that contribute to how we feel and how we perceive our looks, from fibroids to thyroids, other genetic like predispositions or ailments or reproductive issues. Like, women's bodies just face a lot. And that's, without all the policing and the politicizing from
And that's what
men.
I was gonna say. Like, I don't think my body image issues come from that. I think it's more of not even men specifically, people in general have perceived what kind of person I am based on my body type.
Exactly.
So those are where mine stems from. But explain to the LDBs what body image is exactly.
It's literally just how you view your body, what you associate with who you are as a person as it pertains to your body. So it's hard to. So this song by India Arie, I Am Not My Hair. You are also not your body. That is not the sole entity of who you are. You're much more than just what you look like. And that's, from the inside out. And it's hard because I just see a lot of women, a lot of my body issues come from a multitude of things, not just one thing. So a big thing for me, like I was saying before, is like someone else trying to tell me what I should do with my body.
Right.
I have a really hard time with that. Like, a man, you are never in a position to tell me what I should do with my body unless he's my doctor. And even then, I'm trying to create my own team of like female healthcare professionals.
You are right about that, sis.
Black women healthcare professionals. That's my aspiration, because I feel like as women, we deserve to create and have that kind of community of support. Because a panel of men, white men, who has
Right.
never in his life experienced what a woman has to go through physically, you gonna try to tell me what kind of menstrual protection I need, what type
Mm-hmm.
of health care I should have access to? Steady trying
Mm-hmm.
to overturn Roe versus Wade, like you were talking about earlier, trying to tell me what I should do. Like, I have a serious, deep problem with that.
I don't think that I'll ever be comfortable with a white man doctor, just because there's just been too much in history when it comes to white male doctors and black women, and where we have been pretty much experiments to them, or they haven't taken us seriously to where it has caused so many health issues slash death to
Oh yeah.
black women. So it's just really hard for me to take a white male doctor word for what I need to do with my body. So, I'm also curating my own team of black women healthcare workers around me. I started 2 years ago. So far, I got mostly everything done, but I do need a primary care physician that's a black woman. That's kind of hard to find in this area, though, like really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Um, just thinking about I listened to a storytelling podcast called Snap Judgment. I've been listening to this podcast for years, and I remember they had an episode, either it was on Snap Judgment or it was on that other podcast I'll be telling about, Call Your Girlfriend. And they talked about what happened. Oh, actually, Mia, it was on Crime Junkie, which is
Oh.
crazy. But now that I think about it, it was on Crime Junkie because I remember telling Kendra about it and telling her she needs to listen to this episode. But it was literally a team of white male doctors who created an IUD. And when the women started dying from the IUD and women started complaining, like the literal thing that was causing them an infection, they decided if they were to change um the shape or of the device, the IUD itself, it would be uncomfortable to the man, so they didn't. And
Excuse me, what?
they falsified documents, and so many black and women of color died because of this. And it's just like, how can I trust you with something that's so important, my life? I can't.
My literal
I
life.
there's just that's just one story out of so many. And then also, one of the things that I've noticed when I go to doctor is a white male doctor does not understand a black woman's body.
Mm-mm.
They just
'Cause
don't.
we're not the standard unit of study. We're not this,
Right.
it makes me sick. And so that's why I think it is a privilege for me to be able to, like you said, curate my own team of healthcare professionals. And not
Mhm.
everybody has access to that, which is
Right.
another problem in and of itself. It's just it just sucks. And I'm like, we have to deal with so much from other people as it pertains to our body. And then we have to deal with how we've been conditioned to view our own bodies.
Yes.
Embracing our bodies
Yes.
and their functions and even their dysfunction is all a part of the journey.
Mhm.
And it's more than just weight loss. You have to determine what the journey is for you. And I think above all else, I want our journeys as women to be journeys of like self-love and appreciation, acceptance
Mhm.
and positivity. We like, when you really think about it, we've really been conditioned to never feel good enough in our own bodies. There's always something that needs to be worked on. There's always something
Something
that
that
needs to
needs to
be better.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always somebody that looks better. Somebody always has something to say. But
Mhm.
we come in all shapes and sizes. And just because we're not a size 2, but the perfect cup size, like,
Mhm.
so what? That doesn't mean anything. We have to be more intentional about embracing our bodies, loving who we are, because
Mhm.
as much as our bodies are what the world sees, like I said, we're more than our bodies and what we look like. We have so much more to offer. And we have to, like I said, be intentional about putting that out there, because women, Black women, we are struggling. We're struggling. The body positivity movement is there and it is alive and kicking, but we have to basically do our part.
And you know what? I think, like you said earlier, I think people, when they think about body positivity, they think about like someone who may be overweight embracing their body, and that's body positivity. Because I see when people refer to body positivity, a lot of times that's what they're talking about. But body positivity is just actually appreciating the things that you like about your body.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has something that they want to change. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody has something about their body they want to change. But body positivity is about focusing on the things that you actually love and you don't want to change. So it's kind of like you're tricking your mind.
Acceptance,
right?
Things that you know, appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when I think about the body image issues that I've had and still have, because I'm not perfect, as a Black woman, and it's not just me. I've seen this with Black men, and I've seen this with my brothers, and I've seen this with friends as well, where it starts in their family, and then it just, the older they get, the more they try to please everybody else because of the way that they view their bodies, not the way that they personally view their bodies. And that's something that I've struggled with. You know, me and you had a talk. I think we talk about this all the time, but for sure last year, I had started losing weight. I had like gained a lot of weight when I got on birth control when I moved out here. And I didn't realize that I had a hormone sensitivity. And then after like a year of struggling on this birth control, it caused so many issues. So be careful when you decide on birth control and do your research, because a pill is not always the answer. When I ended up switching to my non-hormonal birth control and I started losing weight, I got to like a certain point, people were telling me like I look great. It was great. So I lost even more weight last year. That was more due to I had a job that was just so physical. I had 2 jobs that was just so physical. So I'm just like burning calories all day. So I lost even more weight. I was almost into a size 8 at the time. And I was happy at how my body looked. Like I wanted to tone up, but I was happy with where my weight was, because y'all, a size 8, 10 on a girl that's like 5'7" and some change with a curvy body is not the weight you think it is. Like, you know, I had people looking at me, like my parents, who thinking like I'm anorexic and I'm like 130 pounds. Meanwhile, I'm 175 pounds. It's just the way my body is shaped, you know?
They weren't used to seeing you at that size either.
Right. And it went from you look so good to you look like you're sick.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just, yeah. So it was like, okay, well, I can never please anyone, like anyone. So that's just to do with my weight. Let's not even start with the comments that I get from men about my body, telling me that things like at work, customers at work telling me things like, oh, you must be a freak with a body like that. You don't even know me.
You know what? Research suggests that body dissatisfaction develops for girls by the first grade, by 6 years old.
I
6 years
believe that.
old.
I believe it because I remember like my family making a joke about how my legs were jiggly, and I had to be like 7, 8.
I just, I think about all the different scenarios that women have to go through as early as first grade, kindergarten, 6, 7 years old, being overly developed, getting your
Right.
period, having to get on birth control to regulate your period due to feminine body issues. Some women have to deal with endometriosis.
Yeah.
Just because you develop earlier than others, like you said,
Because I
people think
did.
that you're fast or you've been engaging
No.
in sexual activity.
Yes.
When
Oh
black
my
people
gosh. Yes.
start to fill out and they become curvy, they think, what you've been doing.
That little fast girl.
Your hips
Or
spreading, so you must be doing something you ain't got no business doing.
oh my God. Someone told me before that I'm sneaky. This was in middle school. And I was like, what? I don't do nothing. Like the only thing I'm sneaking is oatmeal pies out the pantry. Like, what the hell?
On these fudge rounds, what you talking about?
Right. But they basically was like telling me that I was doing things that I didn't have no business doing. But I wasn't. That's the thing. Just
Right.
people just throw these assumptions on other people, especially women, just
Mm-hmm.
based off of the way they look. And I was 12. Like it makes no sense. And let's not even talk about the perverts who be like interacting with girls who are overdeveloped at a young age. Because I've had that happen too. I've had older men try to talk to me in middle school, and my mom had to damn near pull her tool from underneath her seat in the car because we were in the parking lot. Like, it's just, and it's crazy because it's like, okay, I'm 31 now. And I remember these series of things throughout my life that has happened that has affected how I view myself. Because in high school, Mia, remember, I only wore baggy clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think about, people really believe this stuff and they really do this stuff. They perpetuate this stuff. And just think about all of the little girls that have been hurt by their families, by their teachers, by their church members, by these dudes on the street, by saying these things and by, approaching them with these thoughts. And it leads to so much anorexia, bulimia, body dysmorphia, depression, anxiety. And then you got to look at the messages that the media shoves down your social media. It shoves it down your throat by the minute. Every
Yeah.
time you refresh your explore page or your popular page, there's something else there. There's always a new diet trend to follow. The BMI scale tells me that I'm obese. And I know you
Yeah.
lying. Because when you think about it, the BMI scale, that mode of measurement wasn't even created for Black people.
Yeah.
We're a different kind of people.
I don't even look at that, honestly,
I
because I
don't. I
know
had
that
to
that
learn
was,
that though. I had to
yeah,
learn that.
when it was created and the time that it was created, we wasn't even a flicker in the thought process. So
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to look at something that's not even adjusted to me,
Yeah.
you
It has
know?
nothing to do with me, really. All of us, though, in every body that we inhabit as people, more specifically as Black people, we got to change the way we think. How we have to really reframe it. And body positivity to me is, like you said, celebrating what you like. If you knew that you were a miracle, you would like that, I think. Because we
Right.
are all like walking miracles. Women can give life. End of story. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Like we have the means to create life.
Right.
And that's not saying I'm not sensitive to those who are women who identify as women who cannot create life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that is the function of our bodies. We can heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Our hearts literally pump every day. Our brains are like supercomputers.
Right.
Our hair, especially Black hair, is indestructible.
Oh my God, yes. And so
It
versatile.
can rejuvenate itself. Our skin is like the ultimate touch screen. And I know because I have a particular kind of skin where I have like extra sensitive reactions. Our eyes
Yeah.
are literally little bitty geniuses. So I was reading something that said like our eyes are better than any telescope ever created in its function. Our stomachs, we be thinking our stomachs be working against us. Our stomachs really be trying to save our lives.
It'd be like, girl, can you hear my voice crying out for
I'm trying to help
you?
you, but you keep crashing. Like our stomachs literally and get a new lining every 4 days. It be trying. We just,
Like, girl, there's
and
so many
I'm talking
red
about
flags I'm
myself.
sending you. I know that's what I'm thinking about myself too. Girl,
Thinking about
all the red
myself.
flags. Boom, boom, boom. Firework
Thinking
worth of
about
red flags.
all the cheese. How I sat there during work and ate a full thing of like chips and cheese dip from Trader Joe's, knowing good and damn well I'm lactose intolerant.
Because you know I'll do it, but
All the milkshakes.
See, I had a bad reaction. Is the
All
older I
that
get, I
ice
told
cream.
you, the worse I get. So I have permanently given up ice cream. Give me a hand clap because I deserve my roses while I'm still alive. Okay,
I will clap it up for you because you are a better human than me because I can't give it up because sometimes
non-dairy all the way.
the non-dairy don't hit the same.
It don't.
Let's just keep it real.
But I need something a little familiar because I cannot have it anymore. I just can't.
Some days
I
I
was
really
sick for
just
2
be
days.
like, I just
2
be
days
like,
I was
look,
sick.
I want it, stomach, you gonna deal with it.
Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
our stomach really is trying to work with all of the trash that we put in it. And then I think about something like our fingerprints. Total and complete miracle. There are no other fingerprints like ours.
Yeah, I
Like
never thought about
we are
that.
walking miracles. So it really hurts me when I come across people, I talk to people who I talk to my students who they really have a hard time accepting their bodies how they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to want a healthy, better version of yourself and to work towards that. But I hope I hope whatever you're doing, it's
Mm-hmm.
for health and wellness and not because you feel like the world doesn't think you're pretty enough or because, you're not good enough because we all are good enough how we are. But again, body misperception is such a real thing. And I don't think I know one person that doesn't deal with it. I think we all deal with body issues and we misperceive our body to be not good enough for whatever reason. Even if it's something like, oh man, I just want to tone up this little flab right here and then I'm going to be good. But you're good how you are right now. And that, me saying that is like, no, I'm not, but I hear what you're saying, but it's like, but you are. If you never get any better, you are.
Did you
Fine.
like read my face? Is that why you said that? Because I was like, I mean, yeah, but I mean, no.
Say it
At the same
because
time,
I was trying to affirm myself earlier this week, and I
right.
was like, all you need to do is get this midsection together, and girl, hot girl summer in the winter. And I was just like, but you're okay how you are because you have to learn how to accept yourself
Mm-hmm.
for how you are. What if you never get any better? What if you get quote unquote worse? What if something
Okay,
happens?
that's true.
You have to accept yourself how you are.
These are facts. These are facts. But sometimes I'm fearful that I will accept it as it is and not do anything to change the things that I won't change. And I'll end up just not focusing on my overall health because I'm just like, well, I'm just accepting things the way that they are and I'm okay.
There's a difference with accepting versus being complacent. I'm not saying be complacent because health and wellness is the overall goal. Sure, it's fine if you want to hit a certain number on the scale, but if you're doing it in a healthy way, I'm not going to ever say anything bad about that. What I'm saying is, as a society, we beat ourselves up because we are not this ideal image of whatever. Because TV says you need to be this, movies say you need to look like this, social media says if you're not living this life, then you're worthless. And it's like, that's just not true. Like, I deal with it every day. It's a daily fight to stay positive and to embrace what's staring back at you in the mirror. If you really feel like you need to change, I'm all for it, as long as you can do it in a healthy way. Ultimately, right, you're going to do whatever you want to do because that's your business.
That's your business.
Because that's your business. But I'm always going to advocate for positivity and health. If I never get to my goal weight or my perfect body, I got to love me for who I am today.
Points were made. Like, I agree. I think it's just it's hard for me because I feel like I'm a little bit of extremist. I feel like if I accept it, I'm just going to accept everything, and I'm just going to just stop taking care of myself the way that I want to. And so when it comes to body image for me, I think what has helped me.
You said two things could exist at the same time. Wasn't you the one talking about duality?
Okay, that's true. You know, sometimes I just be talking shit though.
Oh, okay. These things can be true. You can accept where you are while still working on
getting there.
Better,
yeah, where you want to be.
Healthier. Yeah.
It's just accepting.
So.
It's like going through and accepting the. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying. You know, it took me a while. I have to connect the dots, and the circle got to come all the way around. But you think it would be a lot better for Black women, especially now, because everybody's trying to have a body like us. So it's like, if anything, I should be accepting of my own body, because everyone is trying to get a body like me.
They literally want our bodies.
So when you were talking about, we open up social media, like you can Google and you see this body image. The body image that was normal when we were in high school is not the one that's pushed in front of our faces every day nowadays. When we were in high school and we look like that, or in college and we look like that was a bad thing. And you know, we just had so many people criticizing us because of how we look. Let's think about the black woman who was put in a zoo like an animal for white people to come and view her, because she was literally shaped how what people are paying to be shaped like today.
It made her a whole circus act.
Yeah. So it's the body image issues may start, and we start feeling this by the time we are in second grade, was it? Or 6 years old, first grade. But it's kind of like a generational trauma that, you know, we have been dealing with for years and years. It's, you know, they say slavery still affects us to this day.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. It's the same thing. All these years we've been told one thing, and now all of a sudden it's okay.
Yeah, I can log in and see that all of the Kardashians, except like Kourtney Kardashian, want my hips. They want my bust size, and then they want a teeny, 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 tiny waist. But then they want my lips.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just, and they can say whatever they want to say because they're Armenian, but look at all the white girls who are spray tanning themselves to where they're damn near putting on blackface.
Girl, stop. They can say they are Armenian, but Kim Kardashian got a whole body makeup line where she brushes the color onto like every part of her skin, from her feet to her fingertips. So it's like she blackfacing with makeup. So she could say, they can say they're Armenian too, which does mean that they do have more melanin, but they not as dark as what they put themselves out to be. They're just in makeup so that they can look that way, because
that's the real clown show. You want some tea? That's the real clown show right there.
Right.
Y'all are dressing up to be something that you are not, and you look foolish.
But then you have like men out here telling us that we should look like that. It's like, what the fuck you talking about? We the OGs.
A man will never, I do not care what any man walking this earth has to say about my body and what he likes for me to look like.
Mm-hmm.
I care not. I don't have a single F to give when it comes to that. Like I just don't like, here's what you should do. LDBs, men and women, stop commenting on women's bodies. Period.
Yeah.
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
You're never going to get anywhere. And then as for the LDBs who are struggling with body image issues, the thing that helps me a lot is when I'm like getting dressed in the morning or whatever, I just feel kind of funny. I purposely give myself like this reminder, or I say this intention or this affirmation. I celebrate my body and all of its complexities, and I will not allow anyone to speak against that. And I say that to myself on repeat like a broken record, and it helps me a lot. Mm-hmm. Especially when I get to the part where I say, and I will not allow anybody to speak against that.
Right.
Like, and it works for me. That's just my little bit of advice. I say that all the time. And then I try to push all the other negativity out of the way.
I mean, you're really proper and primp because
not always.
What gets me is not like an affirmation. It's my inner homegirl. And and I'm usually like feeling some type of way. I'm like, one of our favorite things to say that we get from Janicia is that we have a supreme pizza face when we're like breaking out really bad. And like, I'm just like, just being really hard on myself. My inner homegirl come out and she'd be like,
sis, get it together. You better
girl, you better stop. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at how good you look. Girl, look at how good you look. And I think my inner homegirl is just a mix of all my friends, because when I started appreciating my body, it was actually my friends who got me to appreciate my body by telling me things like I'm what? I was like 23, 24 at the time. I'm still dressing like Boo Boo the Fool. Keep in mind, like the glow up did not hit at this point yet. Mm-hmm. And I remember some of y'all would make like little comments, but it would be like on the nice side, like, oh, you didn't think about wearing this? Oh. But one friend, like, who gave it to me straight was Kendra. Kendra said, why you keep dressing like this?
Oh.
She was like, you dressing like you don't like the way you look.
You dressing like you ain't got all of that.
Okay. She was like, your clothes don't fit, because I was still wearing my clothes big. Mm-hmm. She was like, what is going on? Like, and she told me, like, Jeanne, you have a body that girls want and would kill for. You
that.
Right. And then I started going shopping with her, and she like started helping me pick out things. And then like once I started really coming into my own, what kept me elevated are my friends. Like I'll send you and Janicia. I sent y'all a video the other day, and it wasn't even, it was to joke about what I did in the video. And both of y'all was like, okay, face.
Come on with this makeup. This contour is hitting.
Right. So it's just like, when you have a close group of friends like that, they will always hold you up. Mm-hmm. Like, they will give
your
you that
supportive
support.
Girlfriends. Oh, yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know who gives me more compliments than my girlfriends, because they just,
right.
I post a picture, like, people on social media may not see it, but I'll post a picture. My friends are texting me with the screenshot of the picture that I posted, talking about bitch. So, if you are struggling through body image issues, that's just another thing that can help. Like, if you have a support system around you that really loves you, like, they'll see the positivity about your body and not just
Oh,
comment
yeah.
on the negative.
Right. If you are always commenting on the negative side of my body, you're not my friend.
Right. I'm thinking about
Goodbye.
like True Life. Let's think about those episodes of True Life when they would have friends and
I
the
used to love that
friends.
show.
Yeah, man, that shit was good. But the friends were saying all the negative stuff that, you know, they've been internalizing this whole time. And it's like, you're not helping.
Right.
That's not a friend.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me what's good. Can you tell me something that's good about me? I already think about everything that's bad about me. I see, like, you think that's bad. Think about what I think. We're our own worst critics.
Right. I got to live with it every day. I put myself down better than anybody could put me down.
Yes, I do. I curse myself out more than any Baton Rouge bitch.
I call myself fat on a daily basis. But that is why I have been intentional in my practice of affirming myself. I celebrate my body and all of its complexities.
Right.
And I'm not going to allow anyone to speak against that. That means I'm not going to continue to allow myself to speak against me. I can no longer afford to be my own worst critic. So,
let yourself shine.
Gotta shine, gotta glow, gotta put in the work to, you know, be my best me. And then, you know, if other people recognize that, that's great. But I want to recognize that. So I'm really intentional about, you know, just feeding myself that positivity. So that had me thinking about #wise words. And you mentioned it earlier, talking about family and people. And I think I mentioned it as well. Like sometimes critics come from our inner circle, come from our families, and they don't realize the harm that they're doing. So my #wise words is for the older generation.
Give it to them straight, sis.
Stop commenting on a person's weight as a greeting. That's not how, like, do not ever approach anyone and the first thing out of your mouth is not hello, hi, how are you doing today? How was your day? The first thing should not be, if you're my aunt or you're my grandma or you're my older cousin, first thing out your mouth should not be, ooh, girl, you getting a little thick, or you didn't gain some weight.
Girl, that is
ooh, girl,
literally,
you've been eating.
That is the one. That's the one I get.
Do not. From here on out, don't do that. That's not a greeting. That's not how you approach anybody. I don't care if y'all cool as I don't know what, but like, don't do that. Same thing for weight loss, or if you see that they are smaller than what you're used to seeing, just don't comment about their weight. Ooh, you looking a little frail. You look sick. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay? What?
Hey, get out of here with that. You don't need
I
that.
need to record that part on my phone because that's like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's for me. Okay. It's like
family gatherings.
Someone in my family is going to comment on my body, and usually it's either is not positive. It's usually not positive. It's usually like something I need to improve on, or okay, well, you made the improvement, but maybe you just took it a little too far. So it's never
Thanksgiving. Tell Mia to stay away from the dessert table. Thanks a lot.
I'm not laughing because, you know, but it is funny.
Ooh,
but I ain't laughing.
You getting seconds? You making another round? Like,
oh no, it's not you get seconds. Like, you sure you want to get another plate?
You sure you want all of that? Like, y'all just stop. Don't comment on another person's weight as a greeting.
You know what I get? Lately I get well, you know, you don't eat all that.
Excuse me, what?
Right. It's like, oh my God, I can't just let me live. Like, can I get a W?
Right.
What
can I live?
I'm just in this bitch taking L's left and right. Like, holidays is L's for Jeanne.
I think we all, especially as like Black girls, I think we all kind of have had that experience. Like, we can't win for losing. If we gain weight, we're gonna get talked about. If we lose weight, we're gonna get talked about. If we just slim a little bit, oh, we think we fine. Like, we can't.
I've gotten that too.
I started putting on muscle. And somebody was like, oh, so you trying to be a bodybuilder now? Like, I cannot please y'all. So I'm not trying no more. Just keep your comments to yourself. That's all I got.
I've come a long way. Like, I have to be honest. I used to like really worry about how people viewed me. Like, my best way of losing weight used to be like standing in front of the mirror when I'm getting ready in the morning and berating myself. Yeah, and I mean it. I ain't gonna lie, it worked, but I do realize that it's very unhealthy because then I would just feel bad about myself most of the time, and I would skip meals sometimes because you think that you're not doing harm to yourself, but you really are. Like the things that you say out loud can really like affect you. It can affect
your actions,
your psyche.
what you do.
Yeah, but I've improved and I'm a lot better. I don't really try to please anyone when it comes to that. I still get the comments, but I just laugh it off, or I keep it moving, or I give them a comment right back. So I'll have family, right? I'll have family tell me, "Oh, you look sick," and I'll be like, "Well, maybe you need to look sick too." So, or I'd rather look sick than pregnant. Like, I mean, hey, it's fair game once you start saying stuff like that, especially because it's been years. Like, I am an adult at this point. So I should not be expected when I go to places like that to just sit there and take it. And a lot of times it's not like somebody's pulling me aside and talking to this. They're saying it in front of everyone.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. So it's like, if you got the nerve to say this to me, I don't care if you're my family anymore. Then I got the nerve to say it back. Oh, I look like I've been eating through quarantine. Oh, that's why you can't bend your knee. Okay.
That's why you can't bend down and tie your shoe. The gloves come off and we go back and forth. That's so, why it's important to do what you need to do for you.
You really need
so
to
these
do
people
it because
don't phase
you. Get ugly. Like things could get ugly, and I'm talking about with you personally. Like things can really get ugly and it affect you in the long term. There were so many mistakes I made in the past trying to look a certain way that could have potentially had long lasting effects on my body. When I look at it now, I just feel like so stupid that I wasn't more careful, or I didn't do research, taking this pill and taking a pill for energy, and also taking a 5-hour energy shot before I go to the gym, so that I have the energy to run on a treadmill for forever in a day. So it's just like, but now you see a soccer player just dropped in the middle of the field because they was taking 5-hour energy shots.
Oh, wow.
You see like athletes just falling out because they're taking some type of energy pill. You see like beauty contestants fainting because they're taking like fat burning pills and not eating correctly. And that's exactly what I was doing. So, I'm glad I'm not in that state no more. And LDB's like, it's something serious. If you have family berating you, like, you need to have a conversation with them. Like, if it's affecting you to the point where like you've been dealing with this for years and it's not changing and it's affecting how you view yourself, you should have a conversation with him. It's only fair. So, or you can be like me and just come up with some coping mechanisms, like clowning him right back, and then you'll be just fine.
Hey, if they should be able to take it if they can dish it out.
Yeah, but I don't have any wise words. My wise words was exactly what I just said. So
that's it. That works. That definitely works. As long as the people that we can reach, the people that do listen, y'all understand, like, it's about you. Forget what everybody else is saying. You take care of you. You take care of your body. And like I said, you are still a walking miracle, no matter what, like, body issue you're dealing with, whether it is an illness or some sort of diagnosis, or whether, it's just body issues, female issues, how you see your body. You have to work on your own your own process. This is your journey, and you ought to be damned if somebody tries to interrupt your journey or tries to talk against or speak against your journey with your body.
Yeah, so basically, let's just all collectively be better people. And
number one.
right. And not comment on people's bodies. And I'm talking about everyone.
We all come with all these different experiences. We have all these different body types. We have all of this. Nobody is the same. Why can't we just accept people for who they are?
Yeah, you never know what somebody's going through. Somebody can have BDD. And if they have BDD, all you're doing is just adding more on top of what they're going through. Like you don't know if that person may be in therapy and talking to their therapist about their weight. Like you just never know. So like I said, let's be collectively better and let's not comment on anybody's body images anymore. Let's do okay. Now I said body images. I didn't say wigs. So we can still comment on bad wigs.
Since that wig is sliding.
I mean, I'm just saying, men and women, because we didn't see the man wigs too. Yeah, we're specifically talking about body image. So,
well, she threw a little wrench right in there.
we ain't talking about the wig. We ain't talking about them shoes that don't go with that dress. So let's just be kind, okay, guys?
Yes, that's it. Let's be kind to one another.
Yes,
that's it. So LDBs, make sure you guys hit us up and let us know how you cope with your body image issues and the things that you do to deal with body image. Jeanne, I'll call you next week for another not so private conversation.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, LDBs, we are super excited to announce an up-and-coming Black business by our really good friend Ashley Robinson called Saritha's Kitchen in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Saritha's Kitchen was inspired by her love for cooking and how it brings family together. Ashley will be having a Kickstarter fundraising event on July 15th, 16th, and 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I don't want to give too much info away to you guys, so make sure y'all swing by her Facebook page. That's SAYRETHA' Kitchen, and check out and pre-order from their La Carte menu. Thank you so much, long distance besties, for joining us again for another not so private conversation. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Jeanne V. Williams. That's at Jeanne, Jeanne V. Williams, and at Perfectly Mia. That's at Perfectly MIA. And if you have any topic suggestions or any questions, shoot us an email at notsoprivatepod@gmail.com.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. Remember to leave a review on Spotify, Apple, and Google. You can also find us at Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and Breaker. And you can find us on anchor.fm/notsoprivatepod. Now you can also hear us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Not So Private Podcast channel. Now, with all of that being said, join us next time for another Not So Private conversation.